What's poppin', everybody? This is Sabro Finding 4, new deck time with cards from Shrouded Fable, or a new card from Shrouded Fable. This is going to be a deck based around this Bloodmoon Ursaluna. So, got a cool little, I guess, Castlevania monster vibe here. Blood Moon, you got the bloody red moon in the background. Kinda cool. This is a basic Pokemon though, not a stage 2 like the actual Ursaluna evolution. 150 HP, it almost puts to shame. It's this ridiculousness with, this guy is a basics, got 150 HP, then you got stage 2s with 150 HP. Doesn't make sense, but oh well. So, this guy, you play him down, you can put 2 basic fighting energies from your hand onto this card. So, it essentially has built-in energy acceleration. You just do this, get 2 energies, and then attach 1 more. And you're basically ready to go. You meet the 3 energy attack cost easily. It does 100 for 3, but it's going to do 30 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is a pretty strong multiplier, the times 30. It just means that if they have a few more damage counters, this becomes a very strong attack. And I thought about combining it with Overqwil. It just seems like every time I need like a partner for some spread damage counters, this guy is just the best option. Costless attack, auto poison. If they leave the dude active, they get even more damage. So it just makes sense. The best partner I could have thought of, you can try something like the Halucha and a few other options, but they won't be as effective. I think this is just that guaranteed 5 damage counters, and then it just turns this attack into a 250 for 3. So you attack with this guy first, then this guy can come in. You're essentially getting 2 hit KOs on any Pokemon, even the biggest Pokemon. So I think it's pretty good. It's going to be a pretty simple deck. Now, I didn't really dig too much the Darkness dudes. I tried them out, and it didn't really do it for me. I don't know. Maybe I should try it without the Darkrai V-Star. Maybe I should just do different stuff, but I think I prefer this, just a lot more simple deck. It's not going to be as consistent, maybe, but even the Darkness one had consistency issues. But this is just something pretty simple. That's basically going to be it. I mean, just get the Overqwil out, attack, do some damage, power this guy up, and then he's going to finish everybody off. Now, the drawback is that you can't really use Nest Ball and things to get him out, because if he goes directly into the bench, you lose the effect. You have to play him down from your hand, to activate the effect. It's pretty much how the Galarian Zapdos and the other cards like that used to work. On play effect, you could say. Okay, but besides that, I mean, everything else should be okay. We got the Qwilfish to get the Overqwil out, max this out. Spiny Rush could give me a chance to maybe do some damage without an energy. We only want to put energies on this guy. And then the other 2 Pokemon for support. You got Manaphy for bench protection, and then the Radiant Jirachi as my Radiant Pokemon of choice. If we open with this, they kill it, we get some free cards. It's pretty good. Now, I run a lot of energies. I do 15. You could just try all sorts of combinations. You can maybe do like 14. You can do less and just run more of the Earthen Vessel. But I mean, I run a lot of those as it is. I run 2. It's just no point running like 3 or 4 vessels and then you don't have energies to search or you run out. So I'd rather have a bigger energy count. There's benefits and drawbacks whatever you do. But regardless, we got some standard stuff. We still got Nest Balls because I gotta search the Qwilfish. And that's it basically. Maybe the Manaphy, not really. We got 1 Ultra Ball as just a way to get anything, and it's a way to get the Ursaluna in hand. It does have a cost, and we don't really want to discard stuff, but just 1 might not hurt too bad. We can get rid of some stuff. And then I do, where are you, like a full play set of the Capturing Aroma. So this card is important in this deck because it's a way for me to get the Ursaluna in hand. If I get the tails, and if I get the heads, I can just search Overqwil. So it just seems like a no-brainer. You don't really lose anything. Of course, it's up to chance. Maybe sometimes you want something specific and you can't get it, but I think it's just the best alternative since we don't have anything else. Like maybe Quick Ball. I could have just, if that was around, I can get the Ursaluna in hand that way. So this is just the next best thing. Okay. I do triple of the trekking shoes. Just item-based draw. I only do 3 because I need space for some other stuff. Namely, this damn Pokegear 3.0. So I didn't pull this secret rare. I actually said, fuck it, let me just craft this because I liked Pokegear, using it sometimes in decks when we didn't have Trainer's Mail and stuff in the TCG Online days, but I liked using the Hard Gold Soul Silver one. I'm just crazy like that. I just like the artwork on that, and then the other reprints, I didn't dig them. I'm just OCD, I'm crazy. And I sort of avoided using it because for this reason. So I thought, hey, I don't like the ugly artworks, I'm just gonna craft the secret rare and then use this. So now we're using it. So just a one-off, we run a lot of supporter cards, and in decks where you run a lot of supporter cards, if you don't want to do something like, well, scratch what I said, because Luminion just is going to get you stuff when you don't have a lot of supporters anyway. But with a lot of supporters, you're usually not going to miss it. Hopefully you don't miss it, so it works out. So I'm doing one of these fancy pants cards. I'm just going to craft more secret rares, I guess, going forward, because I have enough crystals. That's it. I kind of touched on the vessels. You need this to make sure you get energies in hand, so when you play this guy down, you get the max value, or at least get 1 extra. So that's the point of that. And I believe that should be all of the items. Besides the one switch, could be important in this deck with Overqwil and some big retreat Pokemon. You never know, maybe, I don't know, somebody's gonna get stuck. It's handy. And then the Prime Catcher too as a pulling card. I think this is a great addition in almost any deck for your ace spec. Just a simple, don't gotta think too much, throw this in, it's gonna put in work. But I do think about, is there a better alternative for X deck? And usually this comes out on top regardless. That's the way I see it. Now we got a stadium too. I do the Lake Acuity. Just to have a counter stadium, the defense of 20 probably isn't gonna matter that much, but it's there. If we got fighting energies on the Ursaluna, they gotta do 170 to kill it in one shot. Maybe it'll come up. Most of the time it probably won't matter. But just the counter stadium, you can just put something else if you want to that doesn't really affect. Your opponent can't benefit from, and it doesn't affect you, but this is just something that I got right now. And then for the supporter cards, just a lot of the usual stuff, and then a few techs. You max out the Iono. You do the 1 Irida to get Manaphy in any item card. You do the 1 Cynthia. Pokemon are going to be dying, so we'll usually get the plus with this. I do the Miriam for recovery and draw. Pokemon recovery and draw. Very good. Double Morty. Solid straight draw if your opponent has a big bench. And discard outlet, I guess we can get rid of something we don't need. It's just 1 card. Shouldn't be too bad. I can just get rid of an excess supporter or something. Do the 1 Youngster as my Shauna replacement. So because we have a lot of stuff that might get stuck, like energies when you can't play down the Ursaluna to put them down, if you use a shuffle and draw supporter like this, it might be bad. So I'm just doing 1 and then doing some straight supporters. Like I got the Barry as opposed to Worker because we are running stadiums. And then this Norman, which they should have just made it work. At least, you know, if your opponent has a V and an EX, because Vs are still played. I mean, this is just a very format specific card anyway. These cards where they require specific rulebox Pokemon, will they eventually go away. So you draw 2. If your opponent has an active Pokemon that's an EX, you draw 4. So it's like the Schoolgirl, but basically less consistent, you could say. I really like the Schoolgirl supporter, but we don't really have anything that's close to that. There's a few other things, like Wallace is something maybe if your opponent allows it, but they draw a card too, and it's just, I don't dig a lot of these other alternatives. But that's what we got, so I decided to run him. A lot of the times your opponent is going to have an EX, and then you get to draw 4, so it's good. So do 1 and 1. with Barry and this guy. And I believe that's it. Just Boss's Orders is the last one. Use it at the right time, pull and win, and that's it. So it's a very simple deck, just basic idea. Get this dude down, get the energies on, attack for some high damage after you have some damage counters on through Overqwil. Should be pretty simple. I mean, it's just a basic Pokemon with a stage 1 line combination, so we have enough space for trainers and lots of energies too for this guy. So it's gonna work. Not always, but it's gonna work. You guys are gonna see with the matches. So that's the deck. If you want to use Bloodmoon Ursaluna, this is my take on it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the matches. What I